Welcome back, this is M-Dog, and we're back at Fishing Planet. We're looking at the new DLC. I just wanted to kind of do a deep dive here on what exactly comes in this DLC. Today is June 15th. Here's a look at it on Steam. It is currently $22.49 US. And this is, of course, in correlation with the release of the Selanga River in Mongolia, which hopefully you saw the previous video where I took a first look at that DLC, specifically looking at the fish species available on the map and doing a quick trip around the map, but we didn't do any fishing. And in this video, I really want to just focus in on what actually comes in this DLC. And actually, one of the best ways to view this is just to look at the pictures at the top. They do a pretty good job of showing you what's in here. We're going to have 2 rods and reels. I will show you this equipment in game in just a moment. And also this outfit, which looks cool. You probably already have gear that will give you better benefits in terms of amount of tackles and stuff, but it does look cool. So, of course, we've got it on. Here's a list of all of the lures. You'll notice that this DLC is very much heavy on spin fishing. I mean, there's just no way around it. And that's one of the missed opportunities for me, is I wish there had been at least some baits. Some of the higher level baits, right? You only need to be level 48 to get to this map. So I kind of like the fact that even though this DLC does give you access to the new map, so if you're lower level than that and you just want to see this new content, that's an option. But it feels like the level requirement for this map is a lot less punitive than some of the more recent releases. So because you don't necessarily feel as motivated to buy the DLC just to be able to go to the new map unless you're lower than level 48. I wish they would have maybe thrown in a few baits and that kind of things that might have been beneficial, because like there are a couple of baits that you need to be higher level than what I am, which is I think 51, 52, whatever. That would be fun to try. Premium, 20 bait coins, 40,000 credits, 2 tackle setups, 5 marker buoys, 50 storage slots, 7-day pond pass for the new river, and the advanced license for 7 days for the Mongolia location as well. So there's a breakdown of everything you get. It goes into very specific details on this page here. I will point you to the other place that you can look at this in game, which is actually kind of nice. If you go to here, this also breaks it down in a pretty nice way. You can see exactly what you're getting. You kind of scroll through this. And so I encourage you to take a look at it. It might be that might be the easiest way, honestly, just from within game to see exactly what you're going to get for that. So, but if we go to our inventory, I have thrown on the new clothes just for fun. We're still using a hodgepodge of other stuff that we have that was already better from previous DLC or stuff we've gotten from the store. The first new piece of gear that I want to show you is this setup here, and this is exactly how it comes in the DLC, so we have not changed any of this at all. This is the river spear, which goes up to a line weight up to 24.5 kilos. Sorry if you're used to using if you're not used to using the metrics that I'm using in terms of the kilos versus pounds. So anyway, because I play so much Russian Fishing 4, it just makes sense in my brain to keep it, even though I live in America and use inches, pounds, and all that day-to-day stuff. But this comes with the Ultimate Roller 3000S SE, and this has a max drag of 24 kilos. It threw on some mono line, which I don't know. I'm not sure if in Fishing Planet braid just isn't as important or something. I don't know why you would use mono. Maybe somebody that's more familiar with Fishing Planet can explain that. Is that just what they chose to throw in the DLC, or are there actual reasons why you would use that on this setup versus braid? Anyway, and then it's got one of these little mini cranks on here. So excited to see how the mini crank does. You'll notice that even though it is a mini crank 9-gram lure with a 2/0 hook, it has us using it on a very big setup. And that's the cool thing about this river spear, is that the lure weight is from 3 to 14 grams. So this equipment allows you to throw fairly light lures, really light lures, but still have the strength of a heavy setup. So that's pretty cool. Of course, there's not a lure weight or test on the reel, so you just have to worry about the rod. The second piece of equipment is, this is going to be the one I assume that we use to try to catch a Taimen on. We get the Thetis 230 SE. This has a lure weight of 18 to 56 grams, so this allows us to get into much heavier lures. And then the line weight goes up to 27.5. This cool little reel here is the Empress 7000 SE with a max drag of 25.2. Again, sort of odd for me, but they threw fluorocarbon line on, 24 kilo fluorocarbon with a leader the same strength, 24 kilo. I don't know, why would we not have braid, especially if we're using a fluorocarbon leader? Again, is that just a Fishing Planet thing? Is there something I don't understand? But that doesn't really fully make sense to me, so I'll use it like this for now in case there's a reason why they packaged it that way. But moving forward, I'll probably do some testing to see if it works just as well with braid. So on both of the new setups, we've got either 23 or 24 kilo line. So before we go out into the wild, let's look at our inventory here, see if we can have any backup line that we could maybe throw in our, so how much, on this one, how much line are we actually running? 46 meters, that's because it's mono. So let's get a backup. We don't need much, we'll just do a, oh, that one's a little worn down though. Let's do this one, we'll put this in our backpack if we have room. And then on this, we've got this new fluorocarbon stuff, which is at 24. We have 1,000. How much is on there? 100. So we'll just throw another 100 spot in our backpack. That should be fine. Leader-wise, we've got the 24 kilo fluorocarbon leaders. We'll throw some backups in there. Let's see what we can get rid of. We do not need 5.4 kilo line. Even the 20 kilo line doesn't really make sense right now. We don't need the carp leaders. We're not carp fishing at the moment. I don't think we're going to need titanium leaders, but especially not this size. So I'm going to get rid of some of these. That'll give us a little bit more room to play with. So we'll throw in, again, some 24 kilo fluorocarbon. Now, let's say we wanted to switch to braid. Do we have braid that is right around 23, 24 kilos? No, but we've got some that's 20. Oh, there's 24. There's 24. All right. So let's take a spool of 467 meters of line at 24 kilo. That'll be a good backup. And we could actually use that on either one. As long as we throw a leader on here that is 23, it should be fine. Actually, it goes to 24.5, so we're fine either way. And we already have the leaders, so I think that's good. I just wanted to have some braid just in case. Okay, so that is the gear that comes. Now, I'll show you really quick, just a little more detail here. We did get some new 9-gram jig heads and 2 soft baits. Now, I've only got 2 of the, I've got 1 of each color. Just know that there's a couple other colors that it came with. Those are still in my home inventory. You've got these minnow grubs that are 7 centimeters with fitting 2/0 to 4/0 hooks. And you've got these 15 centimeter shads, which go from 6/0 to 14/0. So we have 6/0 hooks that could go with the shads. And then the rest of these, sorry, not the 1/0. These 1/0s are not going to work. They will go with the minnow grub. So if we end up wanting to try some jigging type stuff, we have that ability. Crankbaits. It came with new crankbaits. Again, remember, if you want to see exactly what you're getting, go to the in-game or the Steam store to take a look. Again, I think these pictures show you pretty good. You can see the variations in colors for everything that I'm about to show you. I just didn't want to fool with bringing all of the colors with me on this first trip. So we have some 1 meter, 2 meter, 2.5 meter, 5 meter, and 9 meter cranks. Is that correct? Here, let me pull this up on my side screen so I can double check this. It actually looks like it's only coming with, I guess let me go down to the description. Some of these cranks might have already been in my inventory. We have, no, it does come with several cranks. You've got the 1 meter with 3/0 hooks. So that's this top one. You have the, and you get 2 of those. You have the 2 meter with 5/0 hooks. You get 2 of those. You have the 2.5 meter with 6/0 hooks, and you're going to get 2 of those. And then that looks like that is it. The rest of them are going to be all of the mini cranks. So these 2 here, let's just go ahead and throw these back home. These 2 here were already in there apparently. And then you get all, I did grab all of the mini cranks because I just didn't know how much experimentation we'd want to do. This video, by the way, we're just going to be pretty much going over what's in this DLC. The next video that I will link at the end of this, I will go ahead and start fishing. I'm excited. I want to experiment fishing. The first thing we might do is just go ahead and embrace the Taimen. I'd love to find a spot to do some bottom fishing as well. See if we can find some of the grayling and other stuff. But obviously, the first thing to probably do is just focus the Taimen, get that out of the way. We'll see though. Anyway, you've got all these different mini cranks. And so the real difference here is going to be the size, like how heavy they are. We've got 7 gram, 9 gram, up to 21 gram. I think isn't there a 12 gram? Yeah, 12 gram. And then they do have different size hooks as well. So lots of mini cranks. That's going to be cool. That's going to obviously go on this set here. We can have up to 14 grams. So, you know, this one that starts on there is the 9 gram. But you could throw the, the 12 gram on there and even go up with like a, the 12 gram 3/0 hook and try to get the, little bigger fish or whatever. The other thing, and this is going to go mostly with going for the Taimen, we've got the new mouse lures. Now, one thing I did want to check, you'll notice that we got, the graphics look messed up on these. I don't know why that is. Hopefully it doesn't in game, but we've got a variation of gray and I assume black. So one thing I'm curious of, and let's take a quick moment to go look at this, are all of these, I didn't remember this many in the store. I'm wondering if one color is not available. This would be under Topwater Lures. All right, so there's a black one. Oh, I guess they are. So we've got both. Good. I thought that they always, that they made it available in both. So we've got the 14 gram, 21 gram, 14 gram, 21 gram, 36 gram, 48 gram, 36 gram, 48 gram. All right, somebody with a better memory than me is going to have to look and see, is that what we have from the DLC as well? 21, 21. So we got 2 21 grams in each color. 2, no, yes, if this is 36 gram, 2 36 grams in each color, 2 48 grams in each color. So is it just me, or does that feel like lures, Topwater? So we've got 1, and then we've got 1, 2. Oh, so the gray ones are only available with FP coins. I don't know. I don't really know what do we call these? Bitcoins? No. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Then we also got, last but not least, we got these hunched runner and triple runner lures. Again, there was a couple other colors, but I threw one of each. So these are like 1 meter, and then there's one that's 2.5 meter. So it looks like there's some more variety. Maybe I can go ahead and get, where are these? Oh, there's so many. I don't want to take the time to look through all these, but there is some variety. in how deep they go and the size hooks. So I grabbed a couple of them. This is not all of them though. There's a couple more that came with there as well. And I already showed you the soft baits. I think that's about everything that comes in here, right? And just because I didn't point it out, the Mongolian hat does include 4 tackles, but no flashlight, which is kind of what I enjoy to have on my hat. And then the deal, Mongolian deal, allows for 20 tackles, 5 lines, and has the material of wool. That doesn't seem too bad. I'm trying to remember what I had on my previous one. To see how it compares. See if I can find, what was I wearing before? This has 45 tackles, 5 lines. So, I mean, that's going to be a pretty big upgrade, right? That might have been Mr. Big Pocket Vest, might have been what I had on. Yeah, it looks like that's pretty much the way to go. Remember, I also am using a chum chest because I do a lot of carp fishing. I mean, obviously I could get a tackle box that would change those numbers a little bit. I already had a better fish net. I guess it's worth mentioning that it does come with the Fish Citadel Large Plus, this one right here. So if you don't have a better net, then that's also, I guess, value. No boat in this DLC. And then the fishing license and river pass. That's pretty much it. I mean, except for considering the credits and bait coins. I guess that's what they're called, bait coins. Okay, good to know. Premium 5 marker buoys, 50 slots, 2 tackle setup slots. So I feel like for this particular DLC, it definitely is not as appealing for a lot of players, I would assume. I think if you're high enough level, you probably never feel the need to buy a DLC. DLCs often seem to come into play when you're lower level, but you want to go to a place that you're not high enough level to fish at yet. Or if you want a shortcut on getting equipment. Although I will say that's one of my least... I wish there was a way to... provide more value for the DLC without always throwing in like really nice line. Maybe that's the last thing we should do really quick. Let's see how much it would be and what level you'd have to be to get this. So let's just look at the River Spear 230 SE here. So this is going to be is it a spinning rod or a casting rod? I should have looked really quick. Where would it say? River Spear 230 SE. This looks like a spinning reel, right? River Sphere. I guess I'll look at casting. Oh, okay. So what was it? River Sphere. What level you are may not be, may not be that necessary. And then we'll confirm the Ultimate Roller 3000 SE. Is going to be a spin reel. There it is. Wait, nope, that's not it. Here it is. So level 51, 48,900. All right, now let's look at the one that we're going after Taimen with. The Thetis 230 SE. Again, that's got to be a spinning rod. Thetis 230 SE. So does that just mean special edition? Oh, here it is. But it's very similar to this, right? I mean, very similar. And it's level 48, 39,700, and we're pairing that with the Empress 7000 SE. Empress. The Empress 3000S. I'm assuming that's what I meant. Yeah, that looks like that's it. So level 51, 48,900. Wait, I just went to Ultimate Roller. Is that right? No, we're looking at Empress 7000 SE. Sorry, I got totally confused there. There it is. It's just the special edition, but whatever. It's about 50,000 and you have to be level 54. So to get that little extra strength, 25.2. So, you know, again, for me, probably not worth it. I wanted to do, you know, get it so I could do this video, but the one thing that would have made it a little bit more appealing for me is if they would have thrown in some baits, like some caddisfly larva. I feel like caddisfly larva is going to be really interesting to try at this new place, but you can't buy that till you're level 75. So maybe throw in a few of those. That might have been cool. That might have increased the value for me at least. Other than that, like, I'm just not sure. You know, I mean, that's sort of the bait that I've had my eye on, thinking like, oh, it might be cool to try that here. Side swimmers did show up, but you only need to be level 52 to do that. So I actually can purchase that now, which I probably should do that so we can test them. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I appreciate the fact that this new map wasn't super high level to, like, you know, force people that were already fairly high level to purchase the DLC. Like, I think that's cool. But I also don't know that I see the value quite present in this DLC. A lot of this stuff is just stuff I could have purchased with in-game money. We already can travel to the place. Now, if I fish here a good bit in the next week, it will help having premium. It will help having the savings from travel and license and all that. So that's kind of a nice bonus, but not sure that it justifies the cost of the DLC. But frankly, that's pretty much always the case with these DLCs in Fishing Planet. I think this one might be a little more so, but they're pretty much just shortcuts, right? They're shortcuts to get you places that you haven't leveled high enough to be at yet. So it's just personal decision at that point. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, next video we're going to actually start fishing, see if we can catch some fish at this new place. But I appreciate you taking the time to check this video out, and I will see you again soon. Tight lines, everybody.